I started the day thanking Jennifer Eberlein for her leadership of this task force, her service, her career, and all she's done. So in a moment, I'm going to put her on the spot for any final words of insight and encouragement as she rides off into the sunset. But before we do that, this is an opportunity for the executive committee to reflect on the conversations today. What are key points you want to emphasize or takeaways in your mind that we should move forward with? So let me open it up to our committee. Turn it over to Joe and then Don.
All right, another Joe here at the table. So, yeah, no, it's been a great day. Really appreciate everyone, all the speakers, and everyone just being here for the entire time and just showing up here. There's a lot of firepower in the room, and not only with all the folks here, but with our organizations. And I think you heard the theme, like, kind of seize the moment and kind of where we're at and what's ahead. I mean, the group focused a lot. This task force has accomplished a lot over the last 4 years. But hearing Patrick and folks walking through what's ahead and how many opportunities there are to engage in dealing with the wildfire crisis and what we have in front of us, it's going to take a lot of us. And so it was inspiring to hear just some of the work happening, our partners here in the room and online, both in the private industry as well as some of our NGOs and just across the board. And there's really good alignment, across federal, state, local government and partners on this issue. And so I feel like there's, a lot we can accomplish together ahead, and just really look forward to continuing to engage with this group. So appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, really great day. I really appreciate all the presentations. This last one, I think, reminds me of one thing, and that is that I'm super excited to see youth in the audience, and more so, I think that these are future leaders of the task force. And so I think it's important for us to always keep that in mind. As an educator, personally, in my day job, maybe some of you know that, I'm at California State University, Chico, and do a lot of work to try to advance not only addressing the wildfire crisis, but also climate crisis and water crisis and biodiversity crisis. And having a conversation the other day with Forrest about some of the new initiatives that we have coming forward at Chico in wildland stewardship as a new program, a degree that we're going to be developing or is developed and will be open soon. I see that as an opportunity to kind of bring not only a focus on fire, but a focus on all sorts of different aspects of the work that we all have to do. So I think it's important for us as a task force to just bring those opportunities forward for the youth to be engaged in this space with us, and super excited to see you all in the audience.
Thank you, Don. Supervisor.
Thank you.
Welcome for first meeting under your belt.
Yeah, I think my head is spinning with all the great information. So I wanted to start off first by thanking you, Jen, for all of your work. And I want to let you know that I think it really is felt at the ground level, at the county level. And so I want to encourage you not to ride off into the sunset, but rather ride off into the sunrise, because tomorrow is a new day. And we hope to see you again soon in whatever capacity you see fit. So, and with that, I want to also recognize that we've talked a lot about Marin and what a great example Marin has been for a lot of the great work that's been done. And I commend all of you that are from Marin, but I also want to recognize that California is not Marin, right? There are a lot of challenges that we have, particularly in economically depressed areas, disadvantaged areas. And so I encourage all of you to provide your feedback on how we can overcome those challenges in those spaces. Because when we talk about data collection, we talk about good information, it's important that we get that data from those areas as well, because as we all know, one size does not fit all. What works here in Marin will not work in Madera County, and so it's really important that we have that feedback. And lastly, I want to commend all of you, because I know we have some really uncertain times right now, right? And I think if we looked collectively at the hours lost as a result of that uncertainty, we would probably have somewhat of a public health crisis, right? So me personally, I've spent the last week working on grants that are at stake, $25 million for federal roads that we're trying to expand in Madera County. And I know all of you face similar challenges with your programs. And so I encourage you all to stick with it, right? These times are uncertain, but again, tomorrow is a new day. So.
Thank you, Supervisor McCauley, for sharing that. And I would echo the thanks to Jennifer, to this entire committee here, and everyone who's hung out till 4:25 at this point. It's been a great day, and I love this first front row here of new fire professionals. I like to think where we began the day, reflection and some lessons learned in the immediate aftermath of that devastating series of events in Los Angeles, and then we were able to move forward and because this is a continuing process that we have to engage in, focusing on some takeaways. Chief Tyler, again, coming back to what we need from the community is not just compliance, but buy-in to make the changes on a community scale. And then conversations like about the data commons, I think, are going to be so important. And, I think where I am trying to represent is from a rural community perspective, but also thinking for conversations for next time. We want to continue as a collective to increase the pace and scale of forest treatment. So how we can do that provides environmental sustainability, but also economic viability to move these fuels out of the forest. So, and to echo Supervisor McCauley, every county, every jurisdiction is different, and every experience that people are having in the room is different. So how we knit those all together. So thank you. Looking forward to the next one.
Well, I got a lot out of today, and I love these meetings because we challenge ourselves to learn from the committee, but also put together a really good meeting that helps us all learn across several hundred people. So just a huge thanks to Patrick and Forrest and Kristen and Sky, the whole team. This is just another really dynamite meeting. For me, the learning started with Alexandra and Steve on the importance of understanding our landscape, understanding the physical environment in which we're managing wildfire, that it's different in different places, and we need to be smart about that. And then in our built environment, we know what works, and we also know what doesn't work for these conflagrations. And so I thought that was such a really solid basis for the discussion. And then understanding the Marin County experience, I think, is so helpful. Supervisor McCauley makes a great point. This, Marin has a reputation for being an affluent county, and it is. But the fact is, Marin County folks stepped up in a time of crisis and came together across 19 different fire jurisdictions and did something they didn't know would work, created this fire authority. And now they're leading the way with real results on the ground. And it might not be a replicable model in all parts of the state or in all manners of what it's done, but I think it provides us a lot of good lessons moving forward that we can adopt and adapt across the state. So just huge kudos. Patrick, good luck getting those 25 deliverables done. Just kidding. We've got an ambitious set of targets that we're going to meet or not meet this year. So we have to roll up our sleeves and get it done. And I appreciate the fact that we hold ourselves accountable by putting it publicly out there. I'm hoping that our emergency order from the governor delivers what we hope it can, which is over the next couple of years, far more projects on the ground than we've seen before in California. And then this discussion this afternoon on data I thought was so helpful. And Chris, Chief Anthony, the way that you queued it up, which is, we have a crisis on our hands and we need to move further and faster. So why data? I think your panel really explained for us that, why we need the data and what we need to do and how do we utilize the data as a set of solutions. A lot of complexity there, but I'm looking forward to unpacking that. And then the last panel, just why we do the work in service to each other, and the fact that you have stepped up as young people to do this work, I think leaves me with great amount of hope. 2025 has been very difficult. I spent, much of January in Los Angeles with Chief Tyler and others, and there's no greater impact in my career than walking through a devastated community, and there's a lot of devastation in Los Angeles. At one time for several weeks, there was over 100,000 people that were evacuated from these fire zones, and there's just significant devastation that we see year in and year out. I also appreciate Supervisor McCauley, naming the tumultuous, uncertain times that we find ourselves in. Let's be candid, understanding where our federal partners are going or not going is, it does take a lot of time and energy, and it's, at times concerning. And I'll say this, though, where there may be points of disagreement or polarization, I fundamentally believe that this new federal administration and our state administration and local governments are all aligned on doing what we need to do to reduce catastrophic wildfire risk and protect Californians who are Americans. So I liked what Jenny shared from one of our colleagues, and I'm going to paraphrase it as hope with an action plan. So today I leave this discussion with a lot of hope and really excited that we have an action plan to keep moving forward and doing what we need to do. So Jen, your opportunity here to share thoughts. I think you've heard it a lot today, but once again, just huge thanks for your leadership on this task force, but so much more than that for dedicating your career to work at the U.S. Forest Service and all you've done for our state, but also our country.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. And like I started out, this is one of the just highlights, I would say, of my tenure as a regional forester, is being part of this task force. You guys, this is one of a kind. You don't see this in other states. We all need to be really proud of the work that we're doing collectively and together. And I only see it getting stronger. Having seen this for 4 years, you've heard about all of the goals that we've met. We're upping our game. There's never been more opportunity. As Wade had said, we are so aligned on so much. And I'm really looking forward to seeing where this is going to be going in the future as well. So I have just been so proud and just privileged to be the co-chair on this. I say and tout this all the time in every speech or every talk that I ever get, is really take a look at what we're doing, because it is a model for other states, for other communities. It's not perfect, but we have come a long way and can't wait to see what we're doing as we move in the future. And again, everybody that is on the panel here, we need you. So very glad that you guys are interested and spread the word. Please tell your friends. We need you. So happy that you guys are in it with us in different ways. And then I'll echo what I heard today from several people. So our tribal leader, we need each other more than ever to steward this land. So true. John Battles, all together now. I think I got that right, John, in your own inflection. And then Jenny, call for action. Go now. So go. This is the best time ever. We can do so much. Thank you all. Look forward to seeing everybody in the future. Thanks much.
And you too will be able to toast Jen if you see her at the reception in just a moment. So let's turn to Patrick or Kristen to help us understand, what's happening now at the task force, but then also just remind us about tomorrow, which are these tours, which are really the most impactful part of our meeting here.
Sure, and Kristen, if you want to join me, that'd be great. Reception now. Certainly we hope all of you will join us to celebrate each other as we move forward. We have a whole set of tours tomorrow. For those of you who signed up, you should have gotten an email that tells you exactly where to be, all those types of things, so hopefully we're good there. And we hope to see you back in Sacramento on June 6th.
June 6th. And thanks to all who are in the room. For those who are joining by video, we've had several hundred people here throughout the day, and I know there's several hundred more joining online. So June 6th is our next meeting. We hold alternating meetings between out in a different region of the state and then in Sacramento. So our next meeting will be in person in Sacramento. We welcome you to be in person or to join us online. And with that, we will adjourn to the reception. Thank you so much.